What is up, guys? Niels here from the Cool Poke Players, and it is time. I don't know what to call this series yet, but we're gonna take it back, way back, before time. Well, maybe not that far back, but I want to teach you guys just about how to play the Pokemon trading card game. There's a lot of collectors, mostly collectors subs on my channel, and I want to teach you guys how to play. I used to sell cards back in the day, and one of the reasons I learned what was good, not only from a collector standpoint but from a playing standpoint as well, is learning how to play the game, and it really helped me out with selling wise. I know you guys are just collecting and maybe not want to sell, but it still helps you out for trade value wise for cards you do need if you're trading against players who play the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this bad boy right over here, put myself right there, make myself look so fresh, so clean, and we're gonna hop on to the deck manager, and we're gonna talk about the basics. That's all we're gonna talk about today, the basics. And what other than talk about the basic red? I don't want to make a copy here, so we'll go here. We'll talk about it here, and this is not the one I wanted to talk about. Not that basic one. This basic one. So let's look into this right here. Alright, so we're going to start off by talking about Pokemon. And what other to start this off than my baby Rapidash right there. Rapidash Ponyta, standing on the top of that edge that look like Mount Everest, Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount St. Helens all put together right there. You go, girl. You go, girl. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here is just some basic information on how to play the trading card game. What I want to talk about here is there are different types of Pokemon. We have basic right here. The basics are your pretty much your pre-evolution Pokemon. These are the ones that when you start the game or when you get in your hand, the ones that you're able to put down onto the bench. They do get a ladder evolution, which will be my baby right there, Rapidash, and they'll say stage 1. And they'll usually have the picture of the basic that they evolve from, just in case you don't know who evolves from what. The picture's right there for you. And in order to evolve a Pokemon, you have to wait a turn after it's set down, but this will make more sense as we get into a game here. I'm just trying to explain the basics to you before we start the game. So let's go over here to the right. We have hit points. So Ponyta has 60 hit points. If we go down here, you see there's numbers by these attacks that do damage to your opponent's Pokemon. So if our opponent Pokemon hits us where we take 60 or more damage, Ponyta's knocked out. And there are different win conditions. I'll explain those when the game starts. So right now I'm just telling you about the different cards. The first move here we have certain, you see this fire energy, this fire, and you see these 2 stars right here. This fire, if we go over to here, they take these. We've seen these. You've seen these when elite trainer boxes. These are energies. You need these energies to attack your Pokemon. This is very important. Without energies, your Pokemon cannot attack. So it's very important to have energies. So let's go back to. Let me go back to my baby real quick. So it needs 1 fire energy to use this attack right here. Disregard this flip a coin to heads, blah 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 blah. Just know that it needs this 1 fire energy to use this attack for 10 damage. Now down here you see these 2 stars. Now there is, for some people who are collecting, there is a double colorless energy, and that could fit on there as well. But you don't need a double colorless energy to use this attack. These 2 stars are colorless, and what colorless means, you get to use any type of energy. It could be fighting, fire, grass, lightning, fairy, dark, doesn't matter. Put it on there. You need 2, and you can use this flame tail attack for 20 damage. Now let's go. If you get this, if you do get the evolution form of this, my baby right there, which as you see happen to be the same 2 energy requirements, these attacks get bigger because they're evolved forms, and HP goes from 60 to 90, agility went from 10 to 20, and flame tail turns into overrun for 40. Real cool. When you get your evolutions down, usually they do more damage or have better attacks. So keep that in mind as well. Now we're done talking about the Pokemon here. We're going to talk about the trainer cards. With energies, you need these to attack. So the last thing we're going to talk about is trainer cards. And there's technically 4 types of trainer cards. You have items, you have tool cards, supporters, and stadium cards. Let's talk about the regular item cards. As you see on the top right, it will say item, and these trainer cards, anything that says item on this top right over here, you can use as many as you want during your turn. And each of these trainer cards do certain effects. This one has you you and your opponent switch an active Pokemon from the bench. Will make more sense as the game goes, as we start the game. So this one has you search your deck for a supporter, which we will talk about in a minute. We might go there right now. Here we go. The other one is a supporter. So you will see items or supporters in this top right corner over here for the trainer cards. Item cards, you can play as many as you want. Supporters, once per turn. Energy requirements, once per turn. Supporter cards, once per turn. Item cards, much as you like. Any Pokemon you want to lay on the bench, as long as you have the room for it, as much as you like. So keep that in mind, because this is important as well, because there's certain supporters, and that means you can only use once per turn. So keep that in mind. This one's a cool a gamble, 50-50, but good one, because if you get the heads, you get to draw 7 cards. At tails, you get to draw 4, but you get to shuffle your hand and you don't have to discard it. There's a couple more. One is the stadium card. It's the third card we're going to talk about, and if it's a stadium card, it stays down on the field, and both players are affected by stadium cards. So if either one of these players have a fire energy or a fighting energy that they can have in their hand, discard it, and they get to draw 2 cards. You and your opponent can use this ability, or the effects usually happens for you and your opponent. Now, if you play the stadium card, if your opponent plays a stadium card, yours go away. Only 1 stadium card can be down per game. If you place one, you cannot place another one. You can only place one over your opponent. So if you place this down and you have another stadium card in your hand, you can't play it unless your opponent gets rid of it, or some other card effect gets rid of the stadium card. And the last one we're going to talk about is still an item card, but if you see right here in this middle, Pokemon Tool card. And this Pokemon Tool card right here is cards that you can attach on to your Pokemon for damage effects, or for an effect to happen. This one's cool because this Hard Charm prevents us from getting 20 damage done to our Pokemon. So it's pretty much saying that if we go back to that Ponyta, if we would attach this to our Ponyta right here that has 60 HP, if we attach this Hard Charm to it, and when you attach these cards to it, unless it says that it's removed by the end of the turn, which only a few does that card stays on there unless a trainer card or any other Pokemon attack happens to remove that from that Pokemon. So that means each time our opponent's hitting us, they do 20 less damage. So it's pretty much saying that Ponyta HP just went from 60 to 80 pretty much. So now that you got the different types of stuff here, let me go one more thing before we get a battle start. You have the basics. You have the stage 1, which is Braxton, and you also have stage 2, which is Delphox. But what I want to talk about is this abilities right here. Some Pokemon cards, some basic Pokemon, some stage 1s have abilities. Abilities, it'll tell you if you use once per turn, or as often as you like, or during your turn, but you can only do abilities and stuff like that during your turn. You can't do nothing during your opponent's turn. It's only during your turn. So keep that in mind. But if your Pokemon does have an ability, make sure that it's remember, because it could be something you could use, and it's also something that usually helps you out in the form of supporting to draw more cards, maybe adding more damage to your active Pokemon, maybe helping you get things, and who knows. These abilities sometimes are really strong and can really help pretty much control the board on your side. So that's it on the Pokemon talks, pretty much the basics that you're going to need to know before I get started into the game. So that's it on this video, and tune in for the next video where we actually get into a game with this deck, and I'll show you more on how these really come together. So stay tuned for that, and you guys all have a great day, and thank you for watching.